Hey, let's go ahead and get started with the messages from your spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to take the one that came flipped up, not the one that flipped down. Let's see what it has to say. So, first one we have is number 48. And I want to go ahead and show you the picture. Okay. You're welcome to stop, screenshot it, and just look at what it is that you see. What is your intuition telling you about this card? Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and read it. So number 48, what do we have here? It says, choices, risks, consequences. Men anger the gods with their pride, and in order to punish them, the gods looked on as Pandora opened her box, letting chaos loose. We may often be intrigued by a what-if scenario. This card depicts curiosity, temptation, and wanting to know. It's natural to want to know or want to try, and the only way to find out is to try. It's through such process that we can grow and avoid stagnation, but there are causes and effects. Here, a regal queen opens a jeweled egg-shaped treasure from which flies a column of fairies. Glowing like fireflies, they are now free. What is unclear is whether the outcome of their release will be reflected on with fondness or regret. Our acts invariably result in consequences, both good or bad. So there is a balance to be struck. Unless we try, we will never know, and that in turn may be a lost opportunity that will gnaw away if not acted upon. But equally so are we fully appreciative of the possible repercussions that may result. So it's like you're never going to know unless you try, right? And I feel like right now is the time to go ahead and take those risks, especially if you're feeling called to take a risk. You're never going to know. So if it's taking a risk into that relationship or taking a risk into the unknown where you move to a new place or start a new career or have a child, okay, have a family, you're never going to know unless you try. You're going to have to open that box, positive or negative. You know, there's no light without the dark. So let's go ahead and see what our spirit guides, angels, and ancestors want to say about this. All right, Spirit, so please show us what messages do you have about this? So yes, starting that new relationship. We have soulmates here. Starting a new partnership when it comes to business. Spirit, please show me what messages do we have for the collective? What we have peace. It may just bring you peace. And one more for the collective. So we have 2 5s here. Actually, now we have 3 5s. Look at this, you guys. We have the number 41, which adds to a 5. 4 plus 1 is 5. And we have 23 and 32, the mirror reflection. 2 plus 3 is 5, and 3 plus 2 is 5. So 5, 5, 5. Change created by outside forces beyond your control, and there's nothing you can do about it. It could have been brought on by soulmates, people that you thought were soulmates, okay? But I feel like for a lot of you, you must find peace in the chaos. What do we have at the bottom? Chopped wood. Sometimes it feels like nothing is happening when there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. And I feel with the chopped wood, it may feel like, it may feel boring sometimes, you know? And it's like, oh gosh, I kind of want to try something new. And so through that boredom, because there's nothing happening, there's no drama, we tend to create that for ourselves, right? Because then there's that temptation to do something that maybe we shouldn't be doing. So maybe for some of you, it's about going back to old soulmates, and maybe that's good or bad. It depends on what they did in the first place to get you to where you are. So a lot of it is about, do I go back to the past? Or do I move forward towards the future? And we have to pay attention to those red flags. See the red flag behind her? And the red flag, I cannot see what it says. I am blind as a freaking bat and I don't have my glasses on. But you know what is no longer for you. And it's funny because we have the egg here twice. We have the egg that's closed, which is peace, and we have the egg here, which is hovering above the ground. So I feel like there's a lot of things that have been incubating within you, and it's time to crack that egg open and be willing, just like here, it almost looks like she's got an egg in her hand and she's cracking it open and she's letting whatever come out into the wide open. And there's that temptation. But you are the king or queen of your domain. What else do we have for the collective, Spirit? What else do we have for the collective? What else does the collective need to know about this? So we have that inner temple. It says devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Okay? Do what your heart tells you. Not what other people tell you to do, but what the heart tells you to do. What else do we have for the collective, Spirit? Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you. They're standing behind you to bring you the peace that you desire. What else do we have for the collective? Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. I believe we got that one last week, that exact card. Bottom of the deck, align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? I'm feeling called to read the chopped wood. Number 42. It says, being grounded in everyday experience and humility. Excuse me. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it is in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which brings you ever closer to what you seek. So there's nothing more important than doing what you need to do day to day. But then you have this deep knowing that things also need to change, okay? Maybe for some of you, it's while you're waiting on a soulmate. But you also need to align your life towards those energies. If you want something to change, you have to be the catalyst for that change. And so Spirit is telling you to align your life. You have to align to what it is that you are wanting to bring in. So if it's a new soulmate or a new job, a new partnership, you're going to have to be in alignment and then accept whatever comes in and whatever has to leave your life in order to be able to fill that space. And maybe for some of you, you're waiting on someone to come back. Now, whether that's romantic, it could be familial, friendship, any one of those things. But if something doesn't bring you peace, does it really belong in your life in the first place? Especially for those of you who have a shattered reality. And maybe that's what it is. You have a shattered reality of how you thought things were supposed to be. And Spirit is trying to bring you towards peace and happiness. Some of you don't know yourself without the chaos. Therefore, you want to go right back into the chaos. And Spirit's saying, you don't have to do that. The deep replenishment is for you to retreat away from anything that is not bringing you love towards that inner temple within yourself. If it brings us, why would we want to be surrounded by people, places, or things that keep us in this uproar, that keep us feeling like garbage, that bring out the worst in us? And Spirit's saying, like, align yourself, because that inner temple is what is going to bring you towards soulmates who genuinely love and care and cherish you. You know, I think a lot of people are so desperate to have someone in their life, and you don't realize that you are never alone. Even the word alone has all one in it. Even in your darkest of times, you are not alone. All you have to do is ask for Spirit to help guide you towards the people, places, and things that can help you along your journey, that can help you feel calm. And sometimes, I know for myself, my calmness is when I'm alone. I enjoy my own company. I never feel alone. Because if I'm ever alone, I can reach out not only to my spirit guides, angels, and ancestors, but if I ask them for, them to bring in somebody that can, help me along my journey, I get that phone call. I run into a person in the grocery store that makes me giggle, even if it's just for a moment, and I hold on to that feeling, especially when I'm feeling shattered inside. So many people right now would rather just have anybody in their life, even if that person brings out the worst in them. I see so many people, like I post over on Instagram, these reels and stuff, and people are like, we talk about like moving on and letting people from the past go, and they're like, I haven't moved on. I'm never going to let go. I'll always wait. I'll wait for them till the end of the day of my days. And I'm just like, wow, you really have nothing better to do. You can't even focus on something else because you're so enthralled in the chaos that this individual brings to your soul. You see these two cards here, and you notice that both of them sit by themselves, looking out upon the horizon. This one is not wanting to, how do I want to say this, Spirit? Repeat what they've done in the past. I feel like this is a time for reflection. And I feel like it's what you think you wanted at a certain period of your life. Do you even really want that? Or do you want the idea of what you thought it could be? Because a lot of the times when we grieve the loss of someone, whether they passed away or they left us or we left them, we grieve what the vision was of what we thought things could be. But if it was what it was supposed to be, it would have happened already. So people will put their lives on hold for someone to come back, but are they going to really come back and bring you the peace that you desire in your life? Not necessarily. They might bring you a new version of the chaos that they brought you in your life in the first place. I feel like you need to work on the relationship that you have with yourself. And if you're one of those people who desire chaos, then this reading is not for you. If you're desiring peace in your life and you're ready for a change of friendships, a change of, scene. I feel like, cut. This scene is over. There is no going back. I feel like the last version of yourself brought a lot of confusion. And your spirit guides, angels, and ancestors are trying to guide you towards loving life again. And it's trying to take you out of what is no longer in your frequency. None of us are in the same frequency as we used to be. Look around. If 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024 has not shown you anything, We're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. For those of you who understand The Wizard of Oz, what advice do you have for the collective on this, Spirit? What do we have? Yeah, angelic protection. You are protected on your journey. You are protected. Your spirit guides, angels, and ancestors are now protecting you. They've been protecting you all along. And maybe you've just been too blind to see it because you've been so blinded by what the hell's going on in your life that, like I said, some people just don't know themselves without the chaos. And then we have guardian angel. Look at this. Angelic protection and guardian angel. They're all around you. They stand beside you. They want to bring you the peace that you have yearned for your entire life. Why can't we just have peace? Why do we have to continue to fight, to wield that sword? Let your guides, your spirit guides, angels, and ancestors do it. Give it up to them. Because your crossed over loved ones, ancestors that you've never even met, they're here to bring you to a better life. What else do we have for the collective, Spirit? What advice do you have? Yeah. We've got vulnerability and freedom. And then we have intuition and downloads. They know what you want. I feel like you need to reach higher. Reach for the stars. And when you're willing to reach for the stars, the universe is going to give you the downloads that you need to help you along your journey and help you align. But you can't be in a place of chaos. Because if you're always looking back at the past, you're going to be in depression. If you're always trying to reach for something that's way far ahead of you, you're going to have anxiety. You got to be in the moment to find the peace and the clarity in order to help you move along your journey. And that's when you will retrieve all the downloads from spirit. And then you just have to listen to your intuition and allow it to guide you. Yeah, clear, cancel, and release what no longer serves you. Look at this. Align your life. Both at the bottom of the deck. What is not aligned or needs to change? It's time for you to clear, cancel, and release that. It no longer serves you. And I feel like for a lot of you, your past didn't even make you happy in the first place. So why would you want to go back? It makes no sense. You have the freedom to choose right now. Go back towards the past that only brought you sadness and regret and loss and confusion. Or reach for the stars. Reach for your hopes and your wishes and your dreams, because at the end of the day, you don't have to sacrifice who you are or what you want in order for you to be able to retrieve the life that you deserve. Listen to where you're being guided. And then don't question it. If it's scary, it's worth it. And just know that you are protected. Your spirit guides, angels, and ancestors are trying to, block you. They've got their shield around you right now. They're trying to help you release people. These old soulmates. Soulmates are here to teach us lessons. And people say, those people would never do that to me. And then they did that to you. They did exactly what you thought that they would never do. Because yes, they are capable. Very well. Everybody's capable. I think that when Saturn went into Pisces, everybody who was, a lot of people who were good all the time are sick of being good, and now they want to go be bad. And then the people who were bad are sick of being bad and they want to be good. I think that that's when we flipped, and I want to say it was what was it, March of last year, I believe, where people kind of decided what path they want to take. Now, at any point in time, we can always go back over to the other side because we have both within us. There's that duality. We can always be good or we can always be bad. It's up to you which side you want to choose. So if you want to continue in this shattered, and I think that that's the fucked up part, is that we have this shattered reality now of like, oh crap. Wow. But please remember, you are the creator of your reality. That's the Pandora's box. That's that Pandora's box. I'm going to leave that here, you guys. A lot to unravel, subject to interpretation. I think that you just need to sit in stillness for a time and see things as they are and not what you want them to be. I love you guys all so much. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. If you are interested in signing up for my newsletter, please email me at thefootstepstopeace@gmail.com with your name and your email address, and I will sign you up personally. Check me out over on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads under the Footsteps to Peace and Peace Unhinged Tarot. You guys, beautiful reading here today. A lot to unpack. Please work on getting rid of what no longer serves you so that you can have your hands free for what is to come. Anyway, love you guys all so much. Take care.